When I started working out, I thought getting abs would be simple. Do a bunch of ab workouts, eat a little bit cleaner, and eventually they would just show up. But nothing really seemed to change. My stomach looked the same for months. I thought that I simply just didn't have the genetics and I was this close to giving up on ever getting abs. But one day I learned that I had been doing everything wrong. So here's how I managed to get abs at 16 years old. Now for some reason people still seem to be thinking that abs are this crazy muscle, but in the end it's just like every ordinary muscle in the human body. So you should be training your abs just like you do with every other muscle. High intensity and with progressive overload. And here's how to do just that. First up, you want to pick a machine where you can actually progressively overload. The by far best option here is to go with a machine crunch if your gym has one. This machine allows you to gradually increase the weight as your abs get stronger. So to put things into perspective, I want to give you an example of how exactly to do that. So next time you're training abs, you want to pick a weight where you hit failure at about 10 reps. Then, for your next workout, you want to increase the weight a little bit. It could be 5 pounds, not too much weight. Then, you may only be able to hit 8 reps with that weight. You continue to do that weight until you're able to hit 10 clean reps again. And then you just repeat. That is progressively overloading. However, this will only get you 20% of the way, because the rest of the work lies somewhere else. Real quick before we get back to this video, I just want to say that if you enjoy these kind of videos and you're learning something new from them, please consider subscribing. I have a goal of reaching 500 subs before the end of summer. So if you want to help me with that, I would really appreciate that. Let's get back into the video. Now obviously training your abs is very important, but by far the most important factor to focus on is your diet. Naturally, the human body stores most of its fat around your belly section. There is also decreased blood flow to this section, making it significantly harder for the body to burn fat in that specific place. That's also why it's one of the last places where you lose fat in a calorie deficit. And if you have a bunch of fat covering your abs, well, then they won't be visible. So if you have a lot of fat on your body, then you will have to enter a caloric deficit. And here's how you should do that. So I want you to go on Google and type in calorie calculator. Once you're there, you're gonna fill in your height, your weight, and your activity level. Then it will calculate your maintenance calories. This is the amount of calories you will need to maintain your current weight. For a calorie deficit, you want to subtract 300 to 500 calories from that maintenance. And this is gonna be your new calorie target. Now, if you're skinny, you should do the exact opposite. Instead, you want to add 300 to 500 calories to your daily maintenance. So whether or not you're skinny or a little bit overweight, if you stick to this new calorie target every day for a few months, then I promise you, your abs will begin to show. Now, I know it sounds easy, but I was able to do it, and I am 100% sure that you are going to be able to do it as well. Good luck.